Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and welcome to Summoner's Rift. Today we're going to be exploring how to dominate solo queue as Jungle Mundo against Amumu in a mid-gold game. So first off, Amumu has a weak early game, so let's try to put him behind before he scales and drowns us with his pool of tears. So first, we start off in the enemy red side jungle, because they forgot to ward. So you always want to check the opposite side that the jungle is starting at to make sure you don't get invaded. So first we start off E, which gives me bonus attack damage to clear camps quickly. Some Mundos start W and begin at the wraith camp for faster clear, but I prefer finishing with higher HP when I'm invading, just in case I have to fight Amumu. So after my clear, I know that Amumu will come and notice that his camps are gone. I could gank top, but if Amumu collapses for a counter gank, it could turn out badly. So I recalled, and then I go to my blue side just in case Amumu comes to steal mine. So here, when you're doing the two camps, you should actually be pulling the blue and closer to the Gromp, and you can do both at the same time. And then you can smite Gromp to pull it to yourself, and then you save a few seconds. So this will let you get to the scuttle in time. So here, yeah, I make it. So my bot lane's winning. So generally when you jungle, you want to focus on the winning lanes. So anyway. Yeah, so here I'm about to gank Heimerdinger. So this is kind of challenging because it tries to do a lot of damage. Generally it's really hard to gank Heimerdinger. And some Heimerdingers don't even take flash, they just run ignite and exhaust, and they're willing to die in their Fortress of Towers, and I flash out. I was full HP, that's why I decided to yank. And also my W gives me magic resist, and it might kill some turrets while I'm walking up. And my E is an auto attack reset, so after I auto attack, immediately press E, and then you can get a second auto attack in really quickly. Yeah, I ran away before Amumu killed me. So, the dragon is almost up. So usually I tell mid and top to push their lanes out, to push their lanes so they can get priority. This way I can drag when my lanes are pushed. This way my laners can roam and help out with dragon. But it's too hard to push against Heimerdinger. I noticed that Amumu recently took a scuttle. However, this sometimes I feel like this gives junglers a false sense of confidence about whether they have vision on dragon, but it doesn't really provide vision, it just provides vision on the entrance, right? So unless they actually move their camera over to the drag pit, they might see some animation, but just having scuttle won't give you vision of the dragon. So after you get the red smite item, the skirmisher saber, you're ready to solo dragon as Mundo, as long as you have smite and the refillable potion. Luckily, Morg saves my life here, but usually if you have a refillable potion and smite, you can solo dragon. So Mumu's behind, so it's important to invade the enemy jungle and put him behind. So here I'm looking for if he has any camps up, I'm taking them. By clearing the enemy jungle, it's denying his farm, right? So here we just get an easy kill on Singed. So always, the point of playing easy champs is that you can always focus on the macro instead of thinking about your micro, and then you don't notice the mini-map. So here, while I'm taking blue, I think Amumu revealed that he was bot. So I was about to recall, but then I reassessed and I'm like, okay, so if Amumu is bot, we can take Rift. So this is where I start to take Rift, and you want to move behind it and hit the eye, it does bonus damage. So I'm just kiting around it, trying to kill it. Always keep your eyes on the map to see if the top laner is coming down or if the mid laner is moving up to contest you. So here I take red buff. So I place Rift mid because we know that Heimer is in mid lane, so maybe we can get some free plates. And then Amumu shows up, and we have a quick 2 vs 2. Swain survives. I'm really low, but Mundo can heal a lot. His level 6 healing is not too much, it's only 25% of his max HP, but his E gives you bonus attack damage. And here I bait both of them to try to help each other, and then I get a double kill. So Singed comes, but I don't want to fight him because I'm pretty low and I want to take dragon. If I die, we lose dragon. So you always have to think about the macro instead of just focusing on kills. So here I just use a cleaver to slow him and then back off. I actually want him to return back to top lane so that when we do take dragon, there's no, it's not a 5 vs 4 because Ornn is top. So here he's teleporting top, which is actually good for us. And now we can take Drake safely, or more safely than before, because we know Amumu and Heimerdinger just recalled. Easy dragon. So one of the main jobs of the jungler is not just ganking and farming, but to prioritize dragons too. I was stuck in like gold for a long time, and when I started prioritizing dragons and rifts with Mundo, I actually got plat in preseason. So that's a pro tip. So here, instead of doing Krugs, I gank bot because they're still overextended. We initially go for Vayne, but then we switch on to Vel'Koz because I don't want my bot laner to die. We force the flash with Vel'Koz, and then I let Kate. Well, Kate finishes him off, which is better. You want kills on your AD carry. And then here I flash Q just to get the slow off, but I miss it, so I just pop ult because I want to dive Vayne. You can generally tank like a few tower shots as Mundo. And here my team follows up, so we barely escape with our lives. Triumph gave us the healing, so that's why you want to run Triumph in the secondary rune tree. And the first rune tree, I like running Fleet because it helps me stay healthy during my clears. So it gives you like energized attacks, right? So it lets me heal in between camps. I like it better than Conqueror actually. So I recommend running Fleet and then, yeah, over Conqueror. Just a kill on Vel'Koz initially would also be good, because then like Vayne has a 2 vs 1 just to CS, right? But anyway, so I'm just thinking like, should I return gank? Because they're already behind. So even though it's warded, they just can't respond in time, and then Vel'Koz gets killed a second time. So now they're probably a little bit tilted, and you want to punish Vayne early game because late game Vayne becomes like unstoppable, right? And especially bad against Mundo, who stacks HP. I keep saying Mundo, so that's why I said Mundo. Anyway, so, and you want to gank for like winning lanes, right? Notice that here I get too greedy and I try to 2 vs 1. Amumu and Heimerdinger just burst me, and I should have ulted a lot earlier, but I ulted late, and then Heimerdinger's Ignite stopped me from healing, and then there's nothing I can do here. So even if you're like fed, like what am I here? 5, I was 5-0, so even if you're 5-0, don't get too greedy. I think I could have played that a lot better, but yeah, don't take unnecessary risks. I always rush Spirit Visage as my first item, even if it's not even if the teams aren't AP heavy, because it boosts your healing by 30%, right? So if my ult's healing like 25%, I get boosted 30% on top of that. Oh, and also make sure you keep track of who has Ignite, because it could really mess up your plays. Just in the beginning of the game, just check the summoner spells and make sure you know who has Ignite. So dying when Fire Drag was up is actually a mistake, so that death may cost me Fire Dragon, but here there's a team fight breaking out in front of Fire Drake. Heimerdinger's turrets do nothing to me. I flash Q, thinking I can finish him off. I get minion blocked so hard. I pop ult. Can I finish him? Oh no. Yeah, see? The death at the Fire Drake really cost me a lot. This is bad. Make sure you prioritize macro instead of micro. But luckily, like, I think right after we spawn, we end up taking drag. So anyway, since I rush Spirit Visage, it's actually good against AP teams. Like Mundo's good against like heavy AP burst teams, because I rush Spirit Visage, and usually I get Warmogs or Warmogs and then Dead Mans. And I usually always rush Ninja Tabi after Spirit Visage because I have no armor other than Spirit Visage, right? So then it's like pseudo armor until I get my third item. So my third item is usually like an an armor item like Dead Man's or Thornmail. Thornmail is good because it gives enemies grievous wounds. Anyway, here, so Amumu and Heimer try to chase me down, but I'm super tanky now. I have Spirit Visage and I have ult up, so it's gonna be really hard. I just, here Amumu tries to kill me. I'm 50% HP, but now I know not to fight them head on, just kite them out. So Amumu spends his ult. So they CC me, they chase me, or should not have ulted there, but He hits no one, but it's just to intimidate them, you know. Here he tanks some damage, and then my team like eventually responds in time. Look, I'm now I just like run around and bait them. It's like I'm playing Singed, just running around, making them chase me. It would be cool if like Singed had like, I mean, if there was an item that could give you like Singed Q damage, like anyone who walks in the path behind you gets damaged. It's kind of like the consumable pot that leaves bonus move speed behind you. So here I place Rift. My team's pushing mid. Sometimes I group with them, but here I feel like we could just get 2 inhibs if I just push top. And I'm pretty low, so I don't want to force a fight. And then but I still have ult, so I pop ult, and I'm like, okay, maybe we can like push a little bit more and get this inhib too. So Amumu gets a sick ult off, and Vayne's like firing off from a safe distance, but she's like she's 2-5 because we capped her early game, and like she lost lane pretty hard against Kate. She gets countered by Kate. So then even though like Vayne counters Mundo, she can't really do much when she's that far behind. So they basically surrender, and then like Vayne and Amumu like never got a chance to scale. So 3 tips. Know which junglers have weak or strong early games and play to fight or avoid them. Counter jungle when you can based on the position of the enemy jungler. Number 2, gank the winning lanes to further snowball your lead. Ganking losing lanes is riskier because the opponent can 2 versus 1 or they can like counter gank you. And finally, focus objectives. I play a brain dead champ like Mundo, because if I'm too focused on the micro, I don't look at the map and miss macro plays and what's going on outside of lane and outside of the jungle. So take Rift or Dragon when you see the enemy jungler on the opposite side of the map. Thanks.